Against illegal mining as Ghana Bar Association holds its annual conference in Wa.
Considering the unspeakable death, pain and destruction that Galamsey has brought to this country, I urge political leadership to take bold and far-reaching measures to bring this menace to a long overdue end.
Still on the City Prime News, more than 8,000 Ghanaian refugees in Côte d'Ivoire fleeing conflict in Gbinyiri return home, with over 5,000 yet to return.
During my visit, I discovered that about 8,000 Ghanaians have safely returned home. The latest census conducted revealed that the remaining number of Ghanaians in Côte d'Ivoire is 5,309.
And later on the City Prime News, Citi Business Olympics champions GCB Bank have their work cut out as competing companies prepare to take their crown in what is expected to be a fiercely contested 2025 edition of the Citi Business Olympics.
It looks like this time around, GCB really has so much to defend because others are coming in. We don't fear all over the place. We can be just one outfit, but we'll give you a run for your money.
All that and more coming up on the City Prime News, which is live from our studio here in Adabraka, in Accra. Around the world, we're on citynewsroom.com. In the Western region, we're on Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, all in Takrady. In the Bono region, we're live on J-Live 95.5 FM in Sinyaim. In the Ashanti region, we're on Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Global 105.1 FM in Ho. And we're also on Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for your time this afternoon. Let's now get into the details of the bulletin. An Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine, has cautioned professional and legal bodies against inviting external influence into Ghana's constitutional and judicial matters. Now, speaking at the Ghana Bar Association's annual conference in Wa, Dr. Ayine stressed that while international collaborations are useful for strengthening professional standards, they must not extend into attempt to shape Ghana's constitutional politics.
Let us therefore be the conscience of the Republic, fearless when governments overreach, impartial when opposition agitates, and always faithful to the sovereignty of the people under the Constitution. And talking of sovereignty, we should desist from the temptation of inviting foreign interference in our internal constitutional processes. As a professional body, there is absolutely nothing wrong with forming relationships with like-minded foreign associations. Such relationships are necessary for cross-fertilization of ideas on professional matters such as standards. That is where it should end. Interference in constitutional politics risks violating the principle that sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose benefit the powers of government are to be exercised.
You heard the voice of the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine. Meanwhile, the Acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafuboni, in a speech read on his behalf by Justice Hafisata Amaleboba, described the fight against illegal mining as long overdue and urged political leaders to take immediate action, citing the continued existence of LI 2462 as a major setback.
Indeed, in the years after, Galamsey has become worse, as the measures we have employed to combat Galamsey seem half-hearted and unable to curb this menace, which is a threat to the country's survival. Considering the unspeakable death, pain, and destruction that Galamsey has brought to this country, I urge political leadership to take bold and far-reaching measures to bring this menace to a long overdue end. We cannot continue to dithering in September 2025 on the repeal of the Environmental Protection, Mining and Forest Reserve Regulations 2022 LI 2462, which has permitted mining in forest reserves. It is a good place to start. If we sincerely want to win the war against Galamsey, the time to act is now without any further delay.
You heard Justice Hafisata Amale-Boba speaking on behalf of the Acting Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni at the Ghana Bar Association conference currently ongoing in Wa. Let's still stay with Galamsey issues. The Coalition Against Galamsey Ghana is reiterating its call for a state of emergency in areas affected by illegal mining across the country. The group says the menace poses a serious threat to livelihoods and public order, requiring urgent action. Addressing the press in Accra, convener for the coalition, Dr. Kenneth Asigbe, urged the government to declare a state of emergency in Galamsey-affected areas to ensure the situation is tackled decisively.
We are beyond the last resort. And His Excellency, Mr. President, please, you should immediately declare a state of emergency. And again, we are very clear about it. In parts of the country, not in all of the country, not in the entire district, but in parts of the country that are required to save Ghanaians as prescribed by the Constitution. A Constitution you have agreed to uphold. The President must provide the nation with milestones and timelines to serve as a guide for continued action and demonstration of the government's commitment. Just to tell us that the committee has been formed, it's not adequate. We need a lot of transparency. We need a lot of details.
Now, the coalition further notes that Ghana Water Limited's demand for an increase in tariffs highlights the high cost of water treatment caused by illegal mining activities.
The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission is considering a request from the Ghana Water Company Limited for a staggering 280% increase in water tariffs. Note, the last increment that was given to Ghana Water, 1% was given to them because of the scourge of Galamsey, directly due to pollution caused by illegal and irresponsible mining. This is not a request for a tariff increase. It is an admission of catastrophic failure. It is an invoice being presented to the Ghanaian people for a mess we did not create. We are being forced to pay for the crimes of others.
Still with the coalition against illegal mining, the group has urged Ghana Water Limited to regularly publish water turbidity levels nationwide to help citizens determine whether treated water meets World Health Organization standards and to underscore the gravity of the situation.
The President should direct Ghana Water Company and the Community Water and Sanitation Agency to publish the level of heavy metals and other chemicals in treated water impacted by Galamsey, and assure citizens that the levels are within the WHO acceptable limits. We wrote a letter to Ghana Water in the past, past regime, to Standard Authority and Food and Drugs Board about this particular issue. They have not responded. Do you know whether the water you are using to bath, using to cook, that seems clear? Do you know the level of heavy metals that are in it? That if you have the level of what chemicals that we are using to treat it, the levels that are in it, what is the impact on your kidney? What is the impact on the organs of your body? It is important that Ghana Water, you publish this for us and assure all of us, so that if it is not good enough, then we all stop drinking it.
And finally, on the coalition against illegal mining, its convener, Dr. Ken Ashiwe, has also called on the government to take action against officials complicit in illegal mining, stressing that merely attributing the problem to past administrations is not enough.
The time for all of us as citizens to fight this is now. At this time where His Excellency the President is still President, if we allow for the NDC to start getting into the mood where they now start going through the process of replacing the current president, then we are doomed. That is what we saw in the last government. The former president started fighting it when he was getting close to the 2020 elections. You saw what happened. That's when, and then after that, that's all it's gone. So if we don't deal with this situation now, Mr. President, you have less than a year and a half to be able to tame this. If we don't, we are doomed.
Voice of the convener for the Coalition Against Galamsey, Ghana, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe. Now, still on illegal mining, Pressure Group Fix the Country will hold a vigil at the Revolution Square across the Jubilee House on September 21 to demand action against illegal mining activities. The menace of illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, continues to significantly contribute to the pollution of water sources and destruction of the environment. As part of their advocacy against Galamsey, Fix the Country will lead the September 21 protest to draw attention to the urgency of the environmental crisis. Convener for the group, Oliver Bakavomawo, in a social media post, urged well-meaning Ghanaians to join the protest, describing their responsibility to protect and preserve the environment as a divine assignment. Away from illegal mining matters, Minister for Education Haruna Idrisu has called for strict disciplinary action against students who orchestrated the burning of the library and caused damage to property at the Bogatanga Technical Institute in the Upper East region. The school has since been shut down indefinitely following the violent student riot. During his visit to the region, Haruna Idrisu stressed that punitive measures are necessary to deter others. The minister has also given the school's management a 7-day ultimatum to set up a committee to investigate the incident and recommend appropriate sanctions.
Linking them to the 5 and the 3. If they walk free, then discipline will break down completely, my honest view, without prejudice to your investigation. And as for discipline, we should be ruthless. If the children get it wrong at that age, they'll get it wrong at 60. If they get it right at 6, they'll get it right at 80. So I'm interested in the Director General and Regional Director, District Director, where are you? I'm interested in the outcome of the investigation. So you have 7 days from today to submit the report to the Director General GS for his consequential actions. 1 week, not more than 1 week.
That was the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu. Meanwhile, the Upper East Regional Director of Technical and Vocational Education and Training, William Adum, providing a brief on the situation that led to the incident, notes that a committee has already been constituted to investigate the matter.
As the 5 left, because they will also go. Then around 1:30 a.m., then the students decided to disconnect the entire from power, and then they came straight to the library and then set.
What happened to those 3?
Before, they were just in the process of going through when this thing happened. So
what has happened since?
We have constituted an 8-member committee to investigate the matter.
I'm interested in it.
It is out of the committee's report that we will use the recommendations to do that.
Fair.
You heard the Upper East Regional Director of Technical and Vocational Education and Training, William Adum. Still on education, the Teachers and Educational Workers Union, TEWU, of the Trades Union Congress will from Thursday embark on a series of actions to protest delays in finalizing its conditions of service agreement. The union says the delays have left members in institutions such as technical and public universities, the Ghana Library Authority and the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board without proper working terms. General Secretary of TEWU, King James Azotiba, tells Citi News that repeated engagements with the relevant authorities have failed to yield results, leaving members increasingly frustrated.
Our conditions of service that covers our members in the public universities and technical universities, and that of the Ghana Education Service, the Ghana Library Authority, and the Museums and Monuments Board. All our conditions of service for this sector have all expired. We've been working on them since 2018, and then last year we went on strike on it, and the government and the National Labour Commission gave us 24th to conclude with their partners and to report back. 24th of January 2025. And after that one, everything stalled. Yes, we are in a standstill, and members are seriously agitated, and we cannot no longer control them. And so our management committee met last Thursday and took the decision that we should embark upon the action across the country on all our sectors.
Voice of General Secretary of the Teachers and Educational Workers Union, King James Azotiba. You're still listening to the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. In the Northern region, you're listening to us on Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale. In the Upper West region, we're on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. In the Upper East region, we're on Source 100.1 FM in Boku. In Northeast, we're on Scarp 101.3 FM in Nankanduri. Still ahead in the bulletin, well, City Business Olympics champions GCB Bank, well, they have their work cut out as competing companies prepare to take their crown in what is expected to be a fiercely contested 2025 City Business Olympics. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly with details.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Luck is everywhere.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Welcome back to the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. In more news, the government says 8,000 out of more than 13,000 Ghanaians who fled to neighboring Cote d'Ivoire following the Gbenyiri conflict in the Savannah region have safely returned home. Speaking at the Government Accountability Series, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, says his recent 3-day visit to Cote d'Ivoire was to assess the situation of the refugees and provide direct support to aid their reintegration.
During my 3-day working visit, I held discussions with my Ivorian counterpart, His Excellency Kaku Huaja Leon Adom, about the displaced Ghanaians in Cote d'Ivoire. After the talks, I led a team to the Bukani region, where some 13,253 displaced compatriots originally sought refuge. My visit was aimed at conveying a special message from President John Dramani Mahama to conduct further assessment of the situation for additional consular assistance, to express Ghana's gratitude to our Ivorian counterparts, and to offer immediate assistance. During my visit, I discovered that about 8,000 Ghanaians have safely returned home. The latest census conducted revealed that the remaining number of Ghanaians in Cote d'Ivoire is 5,309. 5,309. No more 13,253. I delivered a special message from President Mahama, which was a message of peace and forgiveness, and a message appealing to all our compatriots to return home, since government has beefed up security and ensured that normalcy is restored.
Well, the Foreign Affairs Minister also defended government's decision to accept 14 West African nationals deported from the U.S., describing it as an act of Pan-African empathy. He adds that Ghana does not intend to accept any financial compensation under the arrangement.
It is important to stress and to state unequivocally that Ghana has not received and does not seek any financial compensation or material benefit in relation to this understanding. Our decision is grounded purely on humanitarian principle and Pan-African solidarity, to offer temporary refuge where needed, to prevent further human suffering, and to maintain our credibility as a responsible regional actor. Ghana's decision must be understood as an act of Pan-African empathy it is not transactional. Like Rwanda, Eswatini, Uganda, South Sudan, who are welcoming fellow Africans, we are standing up for our brothers and sisters in distress. And this should not be misconstrued as an endorsement of the immigration policies of the Trump administration.
Well, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa has also announced that Ghana's embassy in Iran will officially reopen tomorrow, September 16, following a 3-month closure due to security tensions in Tehran, where the embassy is located.
We have submitted proposals to Parliament as contained in the new fees and charges bill for a reduction in passport fees from 500 Ghana cedis to 350 Ghana cedis for the 32-page booklet. It is expected to come into force once Parliament resumes session and passes the new fees and charges bill. Before Parliament went on break, it was late. And you know, for allies, it has to meet a 21-day count. And we couldn't get to 21 days before we took the break. But when we resume, certainly the count will be on. And after 21 days, this will come into force. It's quite miraculous that we are seeing all these reforms, these enhanced services, and yet the fees are going to go down. This is really remarkable.
Minister for Foreign Affairs Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa speaking at the Government Accountability Series. Now to some NPP politics. The National Council of Elders of the party has set up an ad hoc committee to monitor and safeguard the integrity of the campaign process ahead of the party's presidential primary scheduled for January 31, 2026. In a statement signed by the council's chairman, Hakman Uzwajiman, the committee is tasked with ensuring that the campaign period is conducted in a fair, transparent and decorous manner in line with the values and traditions of the new patriotic party. The committee is chaired by Dr. Kwesi Abiesi, with Dr. Alex Glover-Korte, Ato Hamilton, Kwadwo Ferry and Mark Opoku serving as members. Their mandate includes monitoring the comments, actions and conduct of all aspirants and receiving and reviewing petitions from aspirants regarding utterances, hate speech, insults and abusive language directed at them, as well as recommending appropriate measures and sanctions where necessary. Away from NPP, the Environmental Protection Agency says it has launched investigations into the cause of a hole discovered last Monday in a store at the Takwa Women's Market. Some residents have linked the incident to the activities of illegal miners operating in abandoned mining shafts across the Takwa Nsuya municipality of the Western Region. Speaking to Citi News, the Takwa Nsuya EPA Director Sophia Otabel says the probe into the incident is underway.
I've invited the corporate, and then the corporates have altered their activity. I've told them to alter their activities because they don't have the permits to operate, of which the main issue is under investigation. So if you people will give me time to work on it, I'll be so much happy. When I invited the corporate to my office, I learned that they started filling the place with sand, of which I am unhappy, because the law doesn't permit that. As regulators, we are to direct them, give them directives on what to do. So far as I'm concerned, I've not given anyone directives to fill the hole. So in fact, I am on it, so give me some time. Those involved, they are now shifting blame.
That was Sophia Otabel. She's the director for the Environmental Protection Authority in Takwa Nsuya in the Western Region. Now, day one of the funeral celebration for the Asante Hima, Nana Kunedu Yadom III, is currently underway. Now, this marks the beginning of the week-long observance in honor of the late Queen Mother of Asante Man. Today's activities are expected to feature a series of fowl passes by various groups, including representatives from churches, the clergy, political parties, educational institutions, non-governmental organizations, telecommunications companies, corporate bodies, recognized associations and members of the general public. Nana Kunedu Yadom III, the 14th Queen Mother of Asante Kingdom, passed away on August 11, 2025. She is scheduled to be laid to rest on Thursday, September 18, 2025. Now, fierce competition is expected at Citi FM and Channel One TV's most anticipated corporate event, the Citi Business Olympics. The event, scheduled for Saturday, September 27, will be held at the Eden Heights Sports Complex. Defending champions GCB Bank will face stiff competition from other companies eager to snatch the ultimate title. Speaking on Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV, Head of Events and Partnerships at Citi FM and Channel One TV, Frema Edunyame, says participating companies are preparing to claim the top award.
It looks like this time around, GCB really has so much, to defend because others are coming in. So, but they're also not, joking at all.
Really?
I think I had a call from GCB about 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Oh yes. Even before
so
we broke homes, they were like, "Oh, we want to come for a meeting." I was like, "Oh, no, you don't need to come for a meeting."
Wow.
Now you are scaring us.
Yes.
Now you are scaring us.
They are really prepared.
More than prepared. And if you are dealing with GCB, you have to know that these are the guys who have multiple outlets, in every region.
Yeah, every region.
Within your vicinity, you probably would have about 5 GCBs, But the others are also saying that, don't mind the body, you understand, mind the engine, you understand. We don't care if you are all over the place. We can be just one outfit, but we'll give you a run for your money. So it's really going to be exciting.
Well, Frema also disclosed that special sporting events have been lined up for chief executive officers to ensure they are not left out of the fun.
It's the weekend, so we have a place for our top management members, so the CEOs, the MDs, the deputy MDs. We just want them to also come, relax. Usually they think about the staff. So they are thinking of Citi Business Olympics and they are thinking, we need to register them. They have to go. They have to do this. They have to do that. What about those who are making sure that we have what we want? All right. So we are asking all the CEOs and all the top managers to come around. We have the executive lounge for them. So come and sit down, meet other CEOs. Let's plan the following year at the Citi Business Olympics. So if we have the MD for Fair Free coming, we have the boss of GCB coming, we have the boss of Daylex Financial coming, when they sit, you think there's not going to be any productive meeting. When people sit over grills and very relaxed and in shorts, not in tie, not to impress so much, that is where the ideas flow.
That's easy.
You heard Frema Edunyame, the head of events and partnerships here at Citi FM and Channel One TV. Remember, the Citi Business Olympics 2025 is powered by Citi FM and Channel One TV in partnership with Side Hustle. It is proudly sponsored by UMB Bank and supported by Bethel Logistics and Dampong Healthcare. Well, that'll be all for this edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka here in Accra. For more news, log on to our website, citinewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for listening.
Citi News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi